I'm on the line, a gentleman who's called in who's become a good friend of mine. I didn't ask him to call in. Dave Jeffers, who lost his son Eddie in Iraq, you may remember, this past September. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing great. I just caught the tail end of you talking to our local hero down here, Bud Day. What a great man he is, and it's always a pleasure to see him.
Well, Dave, I want to play for you what this Keith Olbermann said. You have a stake in this like few others, and I want you to comment on what this guy said. He's now spinning, but you listen to his plain words here. Cut one, go.
The question was phrased as follows. If we were to pull out of Iraq next year, what's the worst that could happen? What's the doomsday scenario? And the president replied, doomsday scenario, of course, is that extremists throughout the Middle East would be emboldened, which would eventually lead to another attack on the United States. The biggest issue we face is, it's bigger than Iraq, it's this ideological struggle against cold-blooded killers who will kill people to achieve their political objectives. Mr. Bush, at long last, has it not dawned on you that the America you have now created includes cold-blooded killers who will kill people to achieve their political objectives? They are those in or formerly in your employ who may yet be charged someday with war crimes.
Now, if that wasn't bad enough, Dave, last night, in part, get cut 3 up there, my friends, in part, he tried to excuse it this way. Cut 3, go.
Television goes by quickly, and the viewer is not provided a copy of the script. So it is possible that reasonable viewers might have been confused by exactly to whom I referred, especially considering that I edited the original line, which was, Mr. Bush, at long last, has it not dawned on you that the America you have now created includes cold-blooded killers who will kill people to achieve their political objectives? They are called your cabinet and your Pentagon. During the editing process, it seemed that was a little broad.
So the cold-blooded killers, he clarifies, Dave, the cabinet and the Pentagon. Last time I checked, that's where our military's based.
Yeah, and that, I don't even know what to say to that. The man is, he's actually to be pitied. He's such a small and pathetic little creature that, I just can't imagine how he would act in the presence of my son if my son was still alive. And my son walked up to him and said, you need to explain to me what you just said. That's what Eddie would do. He would have just walked up to him and said, I need you to explain to me what you just said. And that man would have crumbled under the weight of my son's strength and bravado and greatness. He doesn't know what it means to be a man, such as my son and the millions of great warriors we have. And my goodness, what a pathetic little creature he is.
You know, you would think a man who, in Olbermann's case, lives by the word. And in TV, actually, it's time to prepare a script. You know, on radio, it's move, move, move. On TV, right, they prepare their script. They read off a teleprompter. Now he's saying he should have chosen his words more carefully. I think he did choose his words carefully. I think he meant exactly what he said, but now he's been called on it.
I would like to know which cabinet members and which people in the Pentagon are the cold-blooded killers. I mean, if he didn't mean the soldiers, who did he mean? I mean, let's name some names.
And he compares them essentially, I don't play the whole thing because I'm not going to do his show, a redo here, but he compares the soldiers basically to Al-Qaeda. He compares to, if it's the cabinet, then he's comparing them to Al-Qaeda. If it's people at the Pentagon, he's comparing, those are the cold-blooded murderers, not our side.
Right, and he's emboldening, that does embolden the enemy. And one thing that's well known, or at least not, when do the attacks happen in Iraq, especially around the Green Zone? They happen about 7 o'clock our time, Eastern time, which is about 3 or 4 in the afternoon in Baghdad. Now, why do they do that? Because they know that the network news is going to pick it up first thing in the morning and run it all day long.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what Keith Olbermann's doing right now? He's helping anchor MSNBC's Kentucky-Oregon coverage of the primaries. I mean, this is stunning to me. The guy can change uniforms and move from one to the other. And I mean, how do we watch this guy doing news analysis after he says what he says?
Yeah, or with Chris Matthews moderating a Democratic debate when he's clearly and openly an Obama supporter.
Yeah.
So,
well, Dave, how's the family doing?
We're doing okay. We're doing good. My daughter Becky graduated from college. It's been a week ago Friday, I guess. Yeah, a week ago Friday. And so it was kind of bittersweet. We did see Stephanie, Eddie's wife. She flew out. That was tough on her because we all knew Eddie would have definitely been there. So that was a difficult day. It was bittersweet, but we were just really proud. And when Becky walked across the stage, she pointed her hands to heaven, and it was just really awesome.
Well, God bless you, my friend, and thank you for being for keeping in touch with me. I appreciate it.
Mark, you're such a good friend, and you've been so generous with your time and what you do for our troops. So many people love you, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that. And you're just a great man, and we appreciate what you do.
Well, Dave, we salute you. My best to your family, and God bless you, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate the time. Bye.
All right. We'll be right back.